Smithley, driver the number 0, JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
You're watching All Pro Broadcasting with
Freedom Train.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trembling, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the fray, and the home of the brave, it's you and me. The name of the fray. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave. The US of A. Oh, say, just that star spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
and all the fans. Why am I in the 34?
Welcome, race fans, to the Domino's TYJ Racing Dented Fender Truck Series, live on All-Pro Broadcasting here at Darlington Raceway for the Clash in the Past 150. Welcoming tonight in the booth is our good friend Curtis Young. How you doing, Curtis?
Doing pretty good, Robert. Another one of these off races for the Defenders Truck Series. Non-points on the line tonight, so you'll see drivers from all across the family of Domino's TYJ Racing League out here tonight, and it should be an interesting one on this really narrow track of Darlington. I've actually never done a race on it personally, so it'd be interesting for me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate you being here. Also want to welcome in a good friend of ours, Ray Richer, and Ray and I are going to be helping you commentate from the steering wheel of our Dented Fender trucks tonight at the Darlington Raceway, being a non-points race. We're racing tonight as well. How you doing tonight, Ray?
Doing pretty good there, Robert. Unfortunately, I just happened to notice, as you heard at the beginning of the broadcast, my number's been taken. I see Mr. Kevin Fetty from the past Domino TYJ Racing League is in here, which I'll be gladly let him do tonight. It's been a pretty tight track. I just got in a little bit late and doing my qualifying lines right now, and I'll tell you, they don't call this place the Lady in Black for nothing. I've already grabbed the wall a couple times during practice, and the tires stick out a little bit past the fenders, which means you make a black stripe. By the end of the night, I think a bunch of us are going to have a few of them on this track, and we'll be painting the walls, especially out of 2 and probably out of 4 every now and then. Otherwise, should be a fun race.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Curtis. Yes, this is the Clash in the Past 150 special race, non-points like Curtis just mentioned, sponsored by our good friend Gerald Campbell. I'm not sure if Curtis has been able to get a hold of Gerald, but we are going to give all the fans in a couple of minutes the details on how you can win that free large 3-topping Domino's pizza. I called in the order for the winner last week, Amy. I will not give her last name for privacy purposes, but she and her family are watching the race tonight, and they're eating their large Domino's pepperoni, extra cheese, and sausage pizza as we speak. I'll be giving all the details. Curtis, do you happen to have Gerald Campbell?
Yeah, I was just letting him finish up his third qualifying lap. He has got a copy to the booth now here.
Sounds great. How you doing tonight, Gerald? Thank you so much for sponsoring this race. It's called the Clash in the Past 150. How'd you come up with that name? Again, thanks for sponsoring, and tell us what this race means to you and why you came on board to sponsor it.
Well, I gotta say I appreciate this series. This series is one of the fun ones in iRacing. A lot of very hard competitors in this, and I pretty much wanted to give something back to the drivers, to everyone that watches this, to allow people to go out there with a different paint scheme, something that will bring back a lot of memories for most. If most people can remember, Darlington is a track with a lot of history, so I felt like this would be a perfect track to have, this kind of setup with people able to go out there with vintage paint jobs, and I just created something on the whim. It sounds pretty good, and just looking forward to the race with all these vintage race cars on the track.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gerald. You also sponsored a race earlier this year in Rockingham, which is a action-packed race we had. It was a lot of fun, and I understand you're also giving away $20 to a winner this race who happens to have a throwback scheme on their truck. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct. I wanted it to be the little bone at the end of the string to allow people to chase, and you never know, at the end of the race, people are going to want to go. There's no points, so just expect for people to bump someone out of the way for that $20. So it's a good little prize at the end of it, and I'm not out of it. If I win, I'm going to keep my money. It's $20. I still want my money back. I'll bump someone for my money back.
Hey, I absolutely expect that. And again, thank you so much for sponsoring. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you keep it clean, keep it out of the wall, and hopefully we'll talk to you in a victory circle or at least a top 3 finishing position.
Well, I'll keep a smile on, that's for sure. Thank you, guys. I look forward to racing for everyone here.
Thanks a lot, Gerald. And Curtis, I think you've caught up with another driver from a flash from the past in 2004. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually you, Robert, in the number 97 Sharpie machine. You don't get a chance to get out there and drive very often, but what do you expect out here tonight?
Well, I tell you what, Curtis, I am very grateful for a lot of things in life, as all you guys are and all the fans. I'm rolling out here to just do a couple quick qualifying laps. First thing I want to do is thank the good Lord for giving me the idea of this Domino's TYJ Racing Series. Came to me a couple years back, and it's been a great hit so far. I also want to thank Domino's. I also want to give a special thanks to Gerald Campbell. We just talked to him. And as a driver tonight, I want to give an extra special thanks to Jack Roush for letting me jump back in the truck here tonight. I tell you what, it's been a long time since we won that championship back in 2004. I want to also thank Jimmy Finning for coming out of retirement to help be my crew chief tonight in the 97 truck. I also want to thank my spotter Cole Trickle. I also want to thank Sharpie for coming back on board with this trick paint job on my 97 truck. I want to thank all the fans for watching tonight. Hopefully you will win the free pizza. We'll give you the details here in just a few minutes. And I also want to thank you, Curtis, Ray Richer, for helping us out, and all our other commentators, all our admins. And last but not least, I want to thank Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting. Everybody, fans, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you're watching the live chat, that's how you win the free pizza. It's also how you get the free alert to win that free pizza for every race we have, which is every Wednesday, Thursday night, 8:50 p.m. Eastern. Once you are a subscriber to All Pro Broadcasting, you never miss a race. And I tell you what, we give these pizzas away every single week, sometimes twice a week, and it is no joke. Trust me, we've given away over 42 pizzas, and we love doing it, and we'd love for you to be the person next to win the free pizza. Thanks, Curtis.
All right, it's time to go down our starting grid. Drivers have buckled up, and the pole position is going to go to the number 55 Napa Auto Parts machine of Ryan A. Hill. To his outside is going to be the 02. That's Mitchell Reeves. Behind them is going to be the Nintendo Chevrolet. That's Josh Bonwell driving that machine tonight. To his outside, starting fourth, is Colton Salick. Rounding out your top 5 is the 93 of Andrew Payne. William Davis in the 11 will start P6 tonight. Gary Sexton in the number 17 starting right behind them. To his outside, in the number 12, is William Roberts Jr. Behind them, the number 43 of Ethan Glenn. Rounding out your top 10 is the number 8 of Kyle Kammer. Number 4 of William Locklear starting just outside the top 10 tonight. Bo Glenn's going to start from P12. Jeff T. Martin starting 13th tonight with Gerald Campbell to his outside in 14th. Joe Johnson driving the number 66 machine tonight starting P15. Blake Griffith to his outside in 16th. Ray Richer, he's got a copy to the booth here tonight. Gonna maybe hear a little bit of chaos out of his microphone if he sees it in his windshield. But Dylan Jones starting his outside in 18th. Eric Stanford starting P19 tonight. Chad Payne will round out your top 20. And there's 14 drivers who didn't take a qualifying time. That's David Washington, Ashton Crowder, Tanner Talrico, Shane Parrish, Gio Bromanti, Donald Stewart, David Wright, Kevin Fetty, Ivan Garcia, Vernon Margheim, Wesley Whitfield, Mike Donahue, Robert McFarlane, and Sean Kalis. Those guys do not take a qualifying time. Like I said, I've never seen a race here at this track, so it's going to be interesting. Pace car pulls off for the first time. Ryan A. Hill waits to get on the loud pedal. That's one thing you can do here in this league is you got control until the green flag. Green flag waves. Ryan Hill gets on the loud pedal and gets a good jump on the field down into turn number 1. Going to be interesting. Let's watch the side-by-side battle for third place. Colton Salick and Josh Bonwell in the number 56 machine. Colton Salick in the number 99 on the outside. And it looks interesting going too wide here on this track here at Darlington. It's looks like the outside is the place to be early on here, but looking for some more side-by-side battles, and it looks like pretty much everybody's already single filed out, and I'm not sure what happened to David Washington. I think he might have started from the pits. Same with Kyle Cameron and Dylan C. Jones. I think they all might have started from the pits because they're just getting out on the track now. Maybe a little bit of a strategy call to try and stay out of some of the wrecks that they really think are going to happen. And,
Yeah, I tell you what, that could be a strategy for those guys, Curtis, because they are some of the fastest in the series in the Domino's TYJ Racing League. And I would be banking on that's their strategy to stay out of the wrecks. That's what all of us are going to try to do. Keep the black stripe off the side of the truck and have the truck with 4 fenders on it for the end of this race.
Yeah, but David Washington's almost about to get lapped by Ryan A. Hill, so I'm sure he's just trying to stay out in front of him, and if there is a caution, he's still on the lead lap. He can make his way up there. There's 112 laps in this race, so it's a pretty long race, especially considering the amount of cautions that could happen here tonight. Like I said, I've never really done a race on this track, but just looking at it, it seems like a longer, narrower Bristol, sort of, and Bristol breeds cautions, and this is narrower than that, so...
Yeah, Curtis, I can tell you one thing real quick, and I'm not a very experienced racer. I pride myself in other things. Anyway, long story short, this track, because it has 2 different ends, the one end of the race is a lot shorter, turn 1 and 2, because of the minnow pond. And turn 3 and 4 are a lot bigger. I might have those backwards. But my point is, because each end of the track is completely different, it throws a huge curveball to the crew chiefs, the drivers, the spotters, everybody. And that's why they call this the Lady in Black. That's why they call it Too Tough to Tame. And I tell you what, I'm impressed by these very, very talented Domino's TYJ racing.
43's going around. Looks like the 43 machine of Ethan Glenn goes around. Looks like he hit the apron and got a little bit loose right in front of the 11 machine of William Davis, and came down, hit the wall on the backstretch, and brought the caution out there. Replay being brought up right now, and yeah, you'll see he just got the left sides down on below the white dotted line there, and just upset his truck, got a little bit sideways, and that's a hard lick for him. And I didn't even notice, it looks like the 66 of Joe Johnson gets involved too. I think he might have done the same thing right behind him.
Yeah, I tell you what. Go ahead, Ray. You go.
I was going to say it's very, very difficult to drive and talk around here best I can, unless, of course, it's with a spotter. But this track is extremely tight. The truck tightens up very early. It chews up tires like crazy. It's very abrasive surface. It has been for quite a long while. One of the things that I've noticed, even trying to let guys by, the track is so tight width-wise. I mean, you can barely get 2 wide, much less 3 at that point in time. I've grabbed the wall twice in the first 2 laps, just trying to keep out everybody's way. But got a little bit right front dent damage. We're going to try to get that fixed right here in the pits and get our butts back out there. How about you, Robert?
Yeah, same thing. I got lucky to not hit the wall yet. I'm still back here in the back of the pack taking a pit stop.
Looks like Gerald Campbell's actually stayed out on the track. Not sure if that's just a strategy to lead a lap. Not sure why he'd be doing that in this race, because it's not a points race. There's nothing to really be gained out of it other than, you know, he's going to be at the back of everybody because they already had the chance to pit. So see if Gerald brings it down this time by, but other than that, it looks like everybody behind him did pit. Tanner Talrico beat Ryan A. Hill out of the pits. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Ryan lost 3 or 4 spots on that. Looks like Tanner Talrico, Ashton Crowder both got out in front of the number 55 Napa machine.
Really? Let's see here.
That's
Sorry, wrong button, guys. We had a guy doing music on the radio here.
Yeah, I think a couple of guys might be done for the night, which is good news for the guys who have kept their car clean so far. We've only been 8 laps in, but I'm going to take this chance real quick to let all the fans know that are watching. We definitely appreciate you watching tonight, fans. And this is exactly how you're going to win that free large 3-topping Domino's pizza like Amy did earlier this week from last week. All you have to do, fans, is be the first fan to accurately predict the winner of this race before halfway. And everybody can help me with my math. We got 112 laps. Halfway looks like it's going to be about 56 or 66. Who's smarter than me?
112 laps. That is, yeah, 66 would be the 56 would be the halfway point.
There we go. Lap 56, get your pick in. Fans, we do ask you not to pick more than one driver. Take your time. We're on lap 9. You can wait till lap 50, lap 35, lap 64 to make your pick. And here's how you make your pick.
54. 54.
Not 64, 54, excuse me. Yeah, anytime before 56. All you have to do, fans, is text 919-883-7497, the number flashing on your screen right now. Or if you're in the live chat, say, I picked this driver to win the race. If you are the first fan who accurately picks the winner of this race, you will win that large, free, 3-topping Domino's pizza, carry-out only. We do not bring them to you in our trucks, but this is a real deal. This is no joke. We do it every single week, and hopefully you'll be the new first-time winner. We've had a couple of second-time winners, and we're excited to do it. Get your picks in at some point before lap 56.
Yeah, and lights are off atop the Mustang pace car. Gerald Campbell going to lead him to the green flag this time, and it looks like he's going to take the outside line.
Got to agree with you earlier,
Tanner.
Curtis, on one of your comments. The outside line seems to be the best place to be here. The only time that you actually get down towards the bottom would be going into one. If you watch a lot of these guys, put that left side tires right on those dotted lines and try to get set up, and they'll arc the whole corner, not just the top and into the second corner. Then it's kind of a different angle with this whole track.
Pace car is off. Gerald Campbell doing the same thing that Ryan A. Hill did on the last restart. He's waiting and waiting and waiting, and there he goes. Gets a good jump down into turn 1. It looks like the 55 of Ryan A. Hill is going to benefit out of that, though. He gets a good jump on the outside line of the number 1 of Tanner Talrico there, so he's going to have the preferred lane into 1 and 2. Rockets to the second position on from 4th or 5th on the restart, and it's like a little bit of contact there actually between the 27 and the 93. That's Ashton Crowder and Andrew Payne. A little bit of contact headed down the backstretch there. And actually looks like Crowder is now trying to get a run on Andrew Payne. Other way around actually. Andrew Payne trying to get the run on Ashton Crowder, looking for every way around him. He's also in the Napa machine tonight. Looks like he might have a nose on Ashton headed down into turn number 3 there. Can't quite get there. Single files back out on the outside line, and these guys can't seem to run the same speed side by side. There's just really one fast groove, and you can see the number 2, Blake Griffith, back there in the 11th position. He's got some pressure from the number 12 of William Roberts Jr., but William Roberts actually backed it off quite a bit that corner. Blake Griffith putting pressure on Jeff T. Martin, but it's just hard to make any sort of pass here, and all the places that you gain speed seems to be on entry. And when you get that, I haven't really seen anybody be able to get that big run off and get side by side and then stick it on the bottom still. We have a slow car on the backstretch. I'm not sure who that is. Looks to be the number 44 of Kevin Fetty. And the number, as I say that, the number 700 Mike Donahue gets up in the wall. So I think Kevin Fetty got up into the wall and slowed right down. Has a little bit of right front damage. Actually, no, he doesn't, so I'm not sure what happened with Kevin. But I did see the 700 machine of Mike Donahue get up into the wall there. Mike running in the 29th position right now.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of really cool old school paint schemes. I'm riding right now behind Kyle Cameron, the number 8. He's got that Ford Motorcraft easy credit paint scheme from the Dale Jarrett number 88 from the Clash in the past. That's a beautiful looking truck.
Gerald Campbell still out there leading this race, but actually missed it. Looks like Ryan A. Hill did make the pass on Gerald Campbell. I'm not sure exactly how he made it. I was watching somebody else, but Ryan A. Hill gets back to the lead here. And let's get an update on the number 98 machine of David Washington. Trying to see where he is running right now. He's running in the 14th position right now, and see if he can make any passes on anybody. He's relatively alone out there. He's trying to make up some time on the 81 of Shane Parrish. The
Wreck in the backstretch there, Curtis. Just right in front of my truck, buddy.
Trouble for Bo Glenn in the 66. That is Joe Johnson tonight. Gonna have to go back and take a look at what happened there.
Yeah, I just went by that real quick. It looks like the 66 of Joe Johnson and the other Bo got together. I didn't see exactly what happened. I saw a lot of smoke, and I was fortunate not to get involved in it. Keeping our Sharpie 97 clean tonight.
It looks like the 46 machine of Bo Glenn. He was pretty low there. I'm not sure if he clipped the apron, but he got a little bit of a wiggle coming out of turn 1 and 2, and I think Joe Johnson was right on his back bumper already. Just had really nowhere to go. They both go into the inside line, or the inside wall, sorry, I should say.
Yes, sir, Curtis. I tell you what, I'm on pit box. The right side's going up. Every time I come down, I'm going to take 4 Goodyear Eagles. I'm getting 1 can of Sunoco fuel on the left side. The left side's going up. I'm getting the left side Goodyear Eagles. This old school crew is doing a phenomenal job. I look like about a 16-second pit stop, but I don't blame them at all. It's going to keep me somewhere in the hunt tonight.
What about you, Ray? How's your number 34 machine running tonight?
It's running all right. It's just the problem is, like I said, just trying to stay out of the way and run a line. I mean, a lot of these guys are very aggressive already, and like Colin Salick, I commented on the radio to him to kind of calm down because we had a long way to go. He blew by me kind of like I was standing still, then wiped it out. And just kind of keeping an eye on everybody and trying to stay out of the way. As for me, I didn't take tires that time to get a little track position. I also got the rest of my damage fixed, which was minor, just kind of hitting the wall a little bit. I've gotten my own stripe so far here, but I'll tell you what, this is just a difficult track to kind of keep a single line on. Now, I said earlier the tires get chewed up here. We've only had 19 laps, but these tires have only got about 10 laps on them since the last caution. So I kind of take a chance to gamble here and see if we can get a little track position in this whole deal.
And I'm not sure if Josh Bonwell actually gambled on that, or if he brought it down pit lane, and the pit crew did their job and got him out in front of that number 6 of Gerald Campbell. But Josh Bonwell leading this race now, and Ashton Crowder has made his way up to 3rd. Ryan Hill loses 3 or 4 spots again, so I'm sure some of these guys are taking 2 tires, and
I tell you what,
putting Ryan Hill back there.
yeah, I think he got a black flag on pit road. A few guys got black flags, and I want to mention real quick, this is the Clash in the Past 150 for on All Pro Broadcasting. I just am looking at the number 33 of Vernon Margine. We get a quick camera on him. He is racing tonight the Winn-Dixie Martin paint scheme on his truck. Great looking paint job on the 33 of Vernon Margine, and we're going to try to highlight as many of these trucks and these old school paint jobs as we can during the race, especially under caution.
One thing I also want to mention while we're under caution, guys, is pit road here. Not only is it track type, but pit road seems to be quite, the best way to describe it is very low to the inside of the track. So you've got to start extremely early to get to pit lane. You can't just come off of 4 and go in. You've got to start almost halfway through turn 3. And under green flag conditions, that could cause a lot of trouble for a lot of these guys. Well, including me.
Lights are out yet again atop the Mustang pace car, coming on to lap 22 here on the restart. Josh Bonwell going to be our leader. Looks like he's going to take the inside line on this restart, so Gerald Campbell is right where he wants to be. Only problem is green flag seems to take quite a while to fly here, so there's a lot of variation in when that controlled truck can go, and that can really throw you off on the outside line, even if you just that half a second delay that it takes you to get on the gas compared to them when you see them go. Gives them about 3 truck lengths, 4 truck lengths minimum by the time they get down into turn number 1. And Josh Bonwell gets on the loud pedal right away, and Gerald Campbell didn't seem to be ready for that one. The number 27 of Ashton Crowder gets a run on him, headed down to turn number 1. It looks like he's actually going to clear him and get up into that second position before they even hit turn 1. But behind them, the 2 napping machines actually, Andrew Payne and Ryan A. Hill pulling down. I'm not sure what's
I think he's serving his black flag right now. He's at least one driver that got one. Could be another one.
So he must have got a speeding penalty exiting pit road and has to serve it under green. Looks like Ashton
one in the wall in front of me. Looks like the 15 of Martin.
Yeah, Ashton Crowder goes to the lead, as you say that, in front of Gerald Campbell, and Tanner Talrico clears Josh Bonwell for 3rd. Behind them, Andrew Payne still looking to move up to that 4th position, looking inside of Josh Bonwell. Looks like he actually gets a big run on the inside. Josh Bonwell gets really tight and goes up into the wall. He's going to lose at least 3 or 4 positions there. Going to cycle back in front of David Washington, who's made his way up in a 10th. David will be looking to make his way around Josh Bonwell now, who has slight damage. I'm not sure how much the aero actually matters, how much damage matters here. You're going pretty fast through the corners, like about 150, I think, is about the slowest you get down to. Josh Bonwell grazes the wall again as David Washington gets to his inside and he clears them. David also gets to the inside of Blake Griffith, but in front of them, Gary Sexton gets up into the wall, and they're 3 wide, headed down the front stretch, but Gary checked up. He knew that he made a little bit of a mistake there, and he's going to have to back it off. Loses the positions there.
Yes, sir, Curtis. Talking about speeds on this track and what kind of aero you need, I'm not sure, but I can tell you one thing from the cockpit tonight. I'm down to about 165 in the corners, and on the straightaway, I'm coming down the back right now with a 97 Sharpie truck. I'm going to be up to about 180 going into the corner. So I would think if you've got damage on the right front, left front fender, right rear on your spoiler, it's definitely going to hurt you a little bit.
Looks like Gerald Campbell's got the lead back, so we're missing a battle up front apparently, because I do believe that Ashton Crowder had the lead for at least a lap or 2 there. Keep an eye on them for a couple couple of laps here. It looks like there's only a truck length or two separating the 6 and the 27. Gerald Campbell in the good wrench truck, and
One spin in the backstretch inside wall. Looks like the 15 of Jeff King Martin. Kind of lost it on his own. I don't think he got a tap from anybody. He's on the inside line, out of the groove. There's the caution, fellas.
yep, and I think Ray pretty much just summed it up for you. He got loose, smacked the inside wall, and he actually, it looks like he slammed on his brakes after that, and it just turned his truck the wrong way and almost right up into the racing groove.
Yeah, I tell you what, it seems like most of these cautions have come off of turn 4, from what I can tell. What else did you see on that one real quick before we go to commercial there, Curtis?
I think that was about the lone incident. I did see a truck really trying to avoid the 15 there, went really low on the track, managed to avoid him. Didn't see exactly who it was though. I do believe it was I know it was a blue Napa machine.
I tell you what, Curtis, this gives everybody a chance to reset. Get 4 New Tires fans, you're watching the Clash in the Past 150 live on All Pro Broadcasting here on the Domino's TYJ Racing Dented Fender Truck Series. Stay tuned to learn how to win that free pizza. We'll be right back after commercial.
Smithley, driver the number 0, JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
Welcome back, race fans, to Domino's TYJ Racing Dented Fender Truck Series, live on All Pro Broadcasting for the Clash in the Past 150. You are not seeing things. This is Darlington. These are throwback paint schemes in all these trucks. We've got the Viagra truck, we got the Napa truck, we got the Sharpie truck, we got the Tide Dawn truck, we got all kind of trucks. We got the Ford Motor Credit truck. A lot of trucks I haven't even seen the paint schemes yet. Curtis, how's it looking up front? Who is looking good so far in the race?
Gerald Campbell, he's managed to lead quite a bit of this race. He's up there in his number 6 good wrench machine. Pace car lights are off. We'll see if he can get a good jump on the outside lane this time. Ashton Crowder going to start to his inside. Andrew Payne 3rd. The number 1 of Tanner Talrico 4th. See what Gerald Campbell does. It looks like he is waiting and waiting and waiting. Will he wait for the green flag? It looks like a little bit of a jump by the 27 there. The 6 machine saw that. Timed it perfectly. Gerald Campbell's got to... Oh, and what happened back there? I didn't see that. Somebody ended up way down there. The 20... Ashton Crowder. Looks like he might have had a little bit of contact off that restart.
Yeah, I'm passing the 93. I think he had a bad restart there.
Just heard on the radio, fellas, something about his shifter had an issue. Unfortunately, he missed a gear and unfortunately collected another guy with him.
So, looks like it's gonna file him back to all the way back to 25th for that number 27 machine of Ashton Crowder, so that's unfortunate for him. It's going to give Gerald Campbell a little bit of breathing room up front. Next truck behind him is Tanner Talrico.
And what paint does Tanner Talrico have on his throwback tonight?
Looks like he's also running a good wrench truck, so there's 2 good wrench trucks up front, but maybe not for long. Here comes the number 98 Jegs machine of David Washington. He's made his way up into the top 3, and he is rapidly getting on the back bumper of the number 1 of Tanner Talrico.
A couple guys into the wall in 4. It looks like the quality Ford Care machine. I can't tell the number. Dylan C. Jones possibly, and the orange truck behind him. Looks like, I'm sorry, I can't see it from here, guys. They line back up and almost collected Colton Salick in that whole deal.
I can tell you one thing, I just got passed by the 55 Randy Hill on that Napa Michael Waltrip truck paint scheme. And these are some of the fast drivers that had to come down pit road. Looks like the 02 of Mitchell Reeves in that Interstate Batteries truck is right behind the 33 Winn-Dixie of Vernon Margot.
David Washington. Looks like the 12 and the 98 came together. We're going to get a replay up of that. Looks like the number 12 machine and the number 98 came together. 12 machine kept going. 98 went up into the wall, loses a bunch of positions, gets a bunch of damage. And, wow, that's going to shake things up a little bit. David Washington running in the 13th position now.
On the radio, Blake Griffith turned around and said he got loose and unfortunately made contact with a couple trucks up front. Happened to see the aftermath of that, but didn't catch the exact wreck. Got another truck in the wall, down the back chute out of 2. Looks like the 35 of Dillicene Jones. He'll go back a couple positions. I'll get around him here going into turn 3, guys.
Gerald Campbell still out front leading this race. And Robert, you're just riding around. It looks like you're sitting in 25th position, still on the lead lap.
Yes, sir, Curtis. I tell you what, my crew chief Jimmy Fitting and my spotter Cole Trickle, they've been giving me the greatest information a retired driver could have.
Here in a wreck in the backstretch, fellas.
We're staying green, looks like. And I'm right behind the Winn-Dixie, number 33. And I'm catching up to the truck that just spun. Looks like the 97 of Mitchell Reeves and the 02 Interstate Batteries truck. He got it going again. I'm not sure I get around these 2 guys, but yeah, I'm just trying to keep it clean here. I don't think I've touched the wall one time, which is a miracle. And if I can maintain a 25th position, end up in the top 15, it'll be a great day for the Sharpie 97 team.
I'm trying to see if Tanner Talrico is making any progress on Gerald Campbell. I don't think he is, so I think Gerald really has a handle on Darlington Speedway, or Raceway, I should say. He's been leading most of this race, coming up onto lap 42, I do believe, and about 15 laps, 14 laps to get your pick in for the free pizza giveaway, so get that in, Robert, if you want to go over the details one more time.
Yes, sir, Curtis, thank you so much, and thank you, fans. We are very, very thankful you're here tonight. We love the fans. We love here at Domino's TYJ Racing giving away these free pizzas. All you have to do, fans, is be the first fan. If you join us late here, be the first fan to accurately predict the winner of the race before halfway, which would be lap 56. You can text 919-883-7497. That number should be flashing on your screen here momentarily. Or if you're in a live chat, say, I choose this driver to win. Do not pick 2 drivers. Do not pick 3. Make 1 pick it before lap 56. You will be the winner of the large 3-topping Domino's pizza. We've given away over 40 of these so far in 2017. We love doing it. The last winner claimed her pizza tonight, this afternoon actually, around 5:35 p.m. Eastern. She is from West Virginia. Her name is Amy. I'm going to keep her last name secret for privacy purposes. She ordered a large pepperoni sausage extra cheese. She's probably finished eating it now with her kids. As they are now watching the race, she could be the winner again. You can win more than one time. We've had several different multiple time winners. So fans, we appreciate you very much. That's why we give these free pizzas away every single week. Twice a week in some cases. Make sure you tune in at 8:50 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday night, Thursday night. And if you're watching now on your device, make sure you click the subscribe button for All Pro Broadcasting. We thank Michael D'Amico for all these incredible camera angles you're getting. When you subscribe, you get the automatic alert. You don't even have to worry about it. You'll be driving home from work and you'll get the alert. The race is coming up.
Lindsey Jones is sideways in the 35 machine. He goes around.
About 3 laps ago, fellas, just so you know, I went up turn 3 and I grabbed the wall. I had about 4 guys go by me. Turn a wheel to the left and the thing just would not come off the wall no matter what happened. That's how tight these turns are here and how bad the wall sucks in.
Yeah, I think the 35 just got loose on the outside of the 93. That or there was a little bit of contact between him and the 93, but he went up into the wall and just spun it around after that. It looks like everybody did manage to make it by low, and he gets back spun around. So unfortunate for Dylan Jones.
Yeah, I've got Dylan behind me. He did get it turned around. I don't see a lot of damage from my rearview mirror. It will be coming down pit road behind me probably. He is one of the most talented drivers in Domino's TYJ Racing. It'll be interesting to see how he can make his way back up to the front, which I'm sure he will.
Looks like drivers coming down pit lane right now. See what the leader of Gerald Campbell does here. Right sides go down, left sides go up, so it looks like it's going to be a full-on 4 tires, fuel, and a windshield tear-off pit stop for Gerald Campbell. Can he get out in the lead? It looks like the 1 machine actually might have a little bit of an advantage on him. That's Tanner Talrico. Looks like Tanner Talrico does gain the lead on that. I'm not sure what Tanner did there. He scored in 15th position last lap by. Maybe he missed his pit stall. 81 of Shane Parrish looks to have made his way up into the 3rd position.
Yeah, trying to get the rest of my damage fixed here, of course. That is kind of important here at this track, best you possibly can, because, well, aero does mean a lot because you got to keep it off the wall. That's a difficult deal here. I've already tapped the wall about 4 times myself, and once it grabs, it just goes. I apologize about the announcing here from the truck, doing the best I can. Obviously, behind the wheel, it's a little bit different situation, but doing our best here tonight, see if we can at least get in the top 10, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. I'm doing the same thing here. We appreciate Curtis being at the helm of the Domino's TYJ Racing ship tonight. Curtis is one of our fantastic members. He is, by the way, the 2016 Domino's TYJ Racing Denton Fender Truck Champion of 2016. Curtis, how many wins did you have back then? 11 wins that season?
I think I had 9 in the truck series last year.
Yes, sir. Curtis promoted himself right out of the truck series. With all those wins, he put on a pretty dominating performance, and we're very grateful for him to be helping us out here in the booth. He always does a fantastic job. I tell you what, as we all know, everywhere you are in life, it's hard to find quality people. And we got a lot of quality people here at Domino's TYJ Racing. I could start naming names. I'd be going on all night. But Curtis Young is at the top of the list.
See, I know one reason Curtis is out of the truck series. It's all the millions he made when he won the championship, see? So he decided to move up a little bit.
Yes, he won 1 million pieces of cheese on his Domino's pizza for the championship. All shredded mozzarella, yep. But he ordered 1,000 pieces of pepperoni.
Yeah, unfortunately, I ate that pizza all on championship night, so.
And I don't think you gained a pound.
Nope, that I didn't. But Tanner Talrico, like I said, he got the lead out of that pit stop. Looks like he's going to take the outside on this restart. Gerald Campbell to the inside, and I don't think the pace car lights are off. I think Gerald Campbell's just ready to. I think everybody's ready to go because they're.
Yeah, we're on 1 to green right now there, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, I thought so, but it didn't look like everybody was quite doubled up, but it looked like they were ready to, so I wasn't quite sure. And
yeah, even like I said, this track is so tight, I can't even take and scuff the tires down here because we're so side by side. The racing makes it a little more intense because obviously people got to be a little more careful. But there's a couple guys, again, being aggressive, trying to get that truck up front.
See what Tanner Talrico does, and if Gerald Campbell can match his speed on this restart. Looks like he's waiting, and away he goes. Gets a good jump, but Gerald Campbell remains in the second position. Doesn't look like anybody gets a really good jump on him. Shane Parrish behind him in the 81 Little Caesars truck, trying to track him down. Looking for, and Blake Griffith, he's hooking that white line. He's flirting with disaster a little bit there. In that number 2 CarQuest Chevy, running in the 10th. The 9th position, I should say. He's got some pressure from the number 24 of Eric Stanford.
Yeah, when we get to turn 1 there, Curtis, just so you know, you get those left side tires down there, it kind of launches the truck up to speed towards that wall, which obviously you got to feather the throttle just a little bit, because as you do, if you keep it full throttle, you'll be into that wall and get your Darlington straight pretty quick.
Yeah, I've been watching a few of these guys. They've been kind of diving, cutting that apron. They've been going down to the below the white line and then just coming back up on the track. And I saw Dylan Jones doing it, and I was gonna say something about it, but then he wrecked. So I'm not too sure if that's the fast way around the place or not. But looks like the majority of the people are running middle to high groove, and people are passing. People have been passing low though, so it's kind of hard to say. As it looks like the 55 of Ryan A. Hill, he easily makes the pass on the number 24 of Eric Stanford for the 7th position. And it looks like Ryan is on a charge because he has scored in 9th the last time by, and he should be scored in. Actually, no, he will be scored in 8th the next time by, but he's got his sights set on the number 2 of Blake Griffith. About a half a second back.
I just saw the 35 Dylan C. Jones with a cloud of smoke. I think he spun it again. I don't think he hit anything. He saved it. But I tell you what, he's definitely driving that truck hard tonight.
And you're going to have 1 lap to pick your pizza giveaway winner as soon as the leader craft completes lap 56. I should say. Then your opportunity is up to pick your pizza giveaway winner. So only pick one of those. And Tanner Talrico working on lap number 55 right now. So looks like, and he's going to be crossing onto lap 56. So about 28 seconds is all you have. Better hurry up.
Not sure what happened. My spotter just called me 3 wide coming out of the 2. Some car contact there with somebody.
Yeah, it looks like you've got Gary Sexton right behind you and the number 89 of Giovanni Bromanti. So 2 pretty tough customers there when it comes to the Den Fenders Truck Series. Both do have wins, I believe anyway. And you guys are running 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, Curtis and Ray, this track will definitely challenge your temper. I'm driving right now behind the 98 of David Washington. He usually is always running up front in all these races, especially the truck races. I can tell he's got some damage. He's still a little bit faster than me, but I'm sure he's just simmering there under his helmet, trying to gather it back up, and hopefully he can get his damage repaired and get back up to the top 10. But a lot of these drivers are super fast. They're not always going to be guaranteed a win here in the Den Fender Truck Series non-point races when you've got the best of the best racing, especially on the Lady in Black Darlington Raceway here. It's been a great ride so far. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking to get that 20 bucks. Got to spin in the backstretch, head on to the inside wall. Looks to be Kyle Kamer, I believe, guys. Take a look.
That's Josh Bonwell, actually.
Sorry, guys, missed it.
56 Nintendo machine. He goes hard into the inside wall. Looks like he gets loose coming off of turn 2. Just gets a little bit of help from the 78 of Donald Stewart to finish him off. Not much Donald could do there, and just absolutely kills Josh. Doesn't bring the caution out.
It looks like Josh is pulling down pit road. And that's another great throwback scheme. He's got that Nintendo painted truck tonight in that 56. And I tell you what, it's great to see these old school paints. Anytime you see them, Curtis, make sure you call them out.
Looks like the 2 good wrench machines up front. Battle's heating up for the lead. Tanner Talrico up front. Got some pressure from the number 6 of Gerald Campbell. We'll see if Gerald can make the pass for the lead. Looks like there are 2 pretty equal trucks on the last run, so. And Robert, do you have an estimated fuel number on how long you guys can go?
Yes, sir. I heard anywhere between 40 and 50 laps. 45 is a good guess. So you let us know how many laps we've been.
Been green since lap 50, so 10 laps on your run. Doesn't look like you guys would make it to the end. So if you guys, knock on wood, happen to make it to the end, there would be a green flag pit stop, and that would really make things interesting.
Oh, I tell you what, I think a lot of these guys have got some right side black, radiant black parts. And so I think a lot of guys might be a tad slower than they normally would be. I've actually finally got up into the wall myself with a little bit of damage. Truck feels good, track feels good. I'm just trying to maintain where I'm at. But I tell you what, how's the battle front looking there?
Still a bit of car length between the two, but they're coming up on some lap traffic. Looks like they're going to stay to the inside, and caution is out. We'll see what happened here out on the speedway.
I believe that may have been Giovanni behind me, because he was behind me like 2 car lengths before, and I don't see him on my relative right now yet.
Yeah, I see the 89 truck pull down slow on the apron, but I'm not sure that would have brought the caution out.
Not certain.
Yeah, I think it was involved in the 72. The 72, that would be Ivan Garcia as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right there, Robert. It looks like the 72 Tide machine of Ivan Garcia gets slow on the apron. Not sure if he got a little bit wiggly to get down there, but he definitely got wiggly once he was down there. Comes back up on the track, locks it down, and
we got a truck sideways on the way into the pit lane, guys. Looks like the 99 of Colton Salick. He got it gathered back up, straightened it back up. He's going on pit lane now, but I think he got the barrels pretty good, guys.
Yeah, and I think Vernon Margheim actually got collected out of that. Tried to squeeze through the gap that wasn't there on the between the wall of 72 of Ivan Garcia and the wall. He just comes to a complete stop after that. Tow truck comes and gets him.
And unfortunately, I'm one of those guys that just got a black flag for speeding in the pits. In fact, it'll be a drop to the end of the longest line. I actually was in here about 13th. Tried to kind of get going there. I seen the 45 of Sean ahead of me, and he wasn't doing 45, so I was trying to get him to 45, but you can't get around somebody until they go in their pits. That's the unfortunate part, but it'll trap you here pretty good.
No, you got the penalty entering there, correct?
Sorry, Curtis, I missed that.
You got the penalty entering pit lane?
I got the penalty while I was in pit lane, so excessive speeding. What it is, when I was entering, I was only doing like 35. And Sean, I think the 45 there, Sean was ahead of me. And he wasn't doing 40 miles an hour. I was going to go around him, but I had to wait till he hit his pit box before I could get back up to speed. Well, then I got back up to speed, and unfortunately, it was a little too fast. So I'll be losing a bunch of positions here. It is what it is, and we'll do our best to get back up through there.
Looks like Gerald Campbell has went back to the lead here. Shane Parrish in the 81 machine to second. William Locklear third. Ryan A. Hill has made his way back up to fourth, so we'll see what he can do. Qualified on the pole here tonight. And Blake Griffith rounding out your top 5 right now, so it's still anybody's race. I think the 2 good wrench machines and the 2 Napa machines have looked really good here tonight. Both running inside the top, or they're all running inside the top 6. And I think that one of those guys would be a good bet to win this race. And trying to see how many more pace laps we have left here. I think we're still got 2 laps to green.
2 to green, bud.
Yes, sir. What other kind of throwback paint schemes are you seeing out there, Curtis and Ray?
Well, I seen the Viagra machine with the number 11. I'm not sure who that was. That was
Yeah, that's yeah. Sorry, Ray. If you can pull Curtis the 11 up real quick, that would be Will Davis and the Viagra number 11.
10-4. I'll see if I can do that. Will Davis, you got a copy?
10-4.
Robert, take it away.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. I heard you had a new addition to your family.
I did. Everything's going pretty good. Little baby boy. His name's Bo Lee.
Bo Lee, great name. Congratulations. Tell us about your sponsor tonight, your throwback.
Yeah, my sponsor's Viagra. It's helped me along. Made a baby. It's been pretty good. Had a rough night. I pounded the wall earlier. Actually, I pounded it a few times. And keep coming back strong. So thanks Viagra for that. Keep on coming back.
Hey, I appreciate it. Good luck tonight. I hope you get the win.
Thank you.
Looks like getting ready to go green flag here. Pace car pulls off, and Gerald Campbell, the control car, he's going to take the inside this time. He gets a good jump on the 81 of Shane Parrish like he has for most of this race, and battle behind them for second place, third and fourth place actually. It looks like Ryan A. Hill gonna clear William Locklear on the inside there, and here comes Andrew Payne on the outside of him. Gerald Campbell gonna come around.
Trucks in turns 3 and 4. Excuse the interruption there, Curtis. Couple guys around. Green stays out. Lots of smoke. A lot of guys scattered around. We made it through it.
Yeah, I saw that as well. It's a big check up there, a lot of smoke. Somehow I got through it.
And man, there's a lot of single file racing out here tonight because I'm looking for side-by-side battles, and oh, there's one. 02 of Mitchell Reeves and the number 9 of Chad Payne. Mitchell Reeves clears him pretty quick though for the 20th position. Actually, it looks like Chad Payne is a couple laps down. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but that wasn't a pass for position. And another slow truck down there. That's one of the Good Wrench machines. Who is that? That's Tanner Talrico in the 1. Trouble for him. He's actually scored a lap down right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is some heated battles right here. Somehow made my way up to the 14th position here. I think a lot of the trucks around me got some damage. I'm trying to stay out of the way and try to keep from getting damage myself.
Gerald Campbell running away with this one, 0.8 of a second over the 55 of Ryan A. Hill.
A question there for you, Curtis.
Shane Parrish, Ryan A. Hill 1 second back.
Do any of those trucks up front have damage as to maybe why they're not being able to maintain with Gerald Campbell?
Gerald Campbell's truck looks perfect. Shane Parrish, his truck looks perfect. And Ryan A. Hill, I know he has had some trouble tonight. I'm not sure if it was just on pit lane, but I don't see any damage on the 55 Napa machine either. So I really think the top 3 are all in a level playing field, and Gerald Campbell's just got the truck to beat tonight.
I think I may be done, fellas. I was trying to get around the 99. Unfortunately, I went a little too low to get him, and hit the inside retaining wall there in turn 2 and did some pretty bad damage. I've got no power in this truck right now. The left front's damaged pretty bad, and the leader is only about 7.5 seconds behind me and closing fast. So this truck may be blowing up here shortly.
Caution is out. See what happened there, and it looks like the 44 of Kevin Fetty hard into the wall.
Yeah.
Looks looks like the one machine of Tanner Talrico. I'm not sure if he got in there a little bit hot. And Kevin Fetty was already committed to his lane, and the one just comes along. And what's been happening is people have been tapping people's back ends, been sending them sideways, and then there's nowhere for that truck to go but into the front end. And it's just been slapping them around into the wall and spinning them out. And not much Kevin Fetty could do there.
I tell you what, Curtis, and fans, we're going to take our final commercial break here. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be back in just a minute to let you know who wins this dramatic Clash in the Past 150 on All Pro Broadcasting.
When you're ready,
ServPro, how can we help?
help gets there faster. The cleanup specialists at 1-800-ServPro and ServPro.com. Helping make fire and water damage like it never even happened.
Did your little storm knock out the power? Well, excuse me for not noticing.
Hate to disappoint you, Old Man Winter. Better luck next time.
If the power goes out, your Generac standby generator goes on, automatically.
Down trees? Flash floods? Is that all you've got?
Stand up to the threat of outages with Generac and never feel powerless.
Welcome back to Darlington, everybody. And we had a little bit of an incident where, unfortunately, Curtis had to take off for a little while. So we're going to do what we can for the first time ever, broadcasting in the race. And this is going to be a little difficult, of course, but we'll do our best. I'm in a damaged machine right now, still able to stay out. Robert McFarland's also still out here in an undamaged machine. Robert, where are you at on the track right at the moment in time, bud?
I have no idea how, but I'm 12th position in the number 97 Sharpies. And this restart's going to be exciting, fans. You want to make sure you watch these leaders. We've got about 35 laps to go here. And there's going to be a lot of less give and take here as we get to the restart.
As you can see, the pace car is off. The leader jumped out in front. I cannot see up there who it is. I'm doing my best I can from back here in 16th position. And, well, everybody's kind of just leaving me. I'm underpowered here, but we'll do our best as we go here, guys. Got one to the wall. Unfortunately, Jeg's machine looks to be Coming down through turn 2, he'll gather it up. 4 guys on the inside line around him. I'll take spinner on the back chute. Head on into the retaining wall. Robert McFarland, you okay back there?
Yes, I'm just fine. I think I will be out of the race at this point. No big deal. I tell you what, this is definitely going to change everything as far as the race goes. But I tell you what, up front right now, I can tell you exactly who's leading. We got Gary Sexton, a new player up front in that number 17. Miller-sponsored truck tonight. He's followed real close by the number 6 of Gerald Campbell. And looks like in third position we got Ryan Hill in that number 55, Napa Auto Parts. Fourth position we got Shane Pierce in that number 81. And this is the time of the race, fans, where you've already made your picks. Looks like Gerald Campbell does make the pass. You're here to watch the end of the race and see which one of these drivers will win that $20 bonus. Go ahead and take away for just a couple minutes there, Ray.
I think what I'm going to do here, the truck is so far damaged, and of course, we don't want to wreck any further and have these guys do any more work to it. I'm in a wall here. I'm going to try to pit this truck, call the rest of the race. Everybody be patient just for a second here. We're going to do what we can. Looks like a wreck here somewhere as I'm keeping an eye out for the caution in the smoke. Haven't seen anything just yet. Number 4 is what I'm being told. Unfortunately, no caution as of just yet. Looks like a spin right on the front stretch. Smoke kind of clears. Everybody gathers it up and back underway.
And it looks like Gerald Campbell at number 6 is still leading the race here with Gary Sexton a close 0.6 of a second behind. Shane Parrish 0.7 of a second out of the lead. Now 1.2 seconds as they cross the start-finish line.
Robert, give me a sec. I'll be right up to the booth with you here. I'm jumping out of my my machine here, and I'll see what I can do. I'll call with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. I got my headset on. Still got the fire suit on. That's all right. Gerald Campbell looks like he's coming out of turn 4 down the front chute. Almost over a second ahead of Gary Sexton. Gary Sexton tonight has actually fallen back there. I'm just kind of looking right now through my results page as we're going lap by lap. Shane Parrish in the 81 machine being followed by the number 2 of Blake Griffin. Excuse me. Got him single file all the way back to what looks to be the 8th or 9th spot, where there's a battle going on between the 35 of Dylan C. Jones and the outside of the 02 of Mitchell Reeves. Side by side, they'll come through turn 2. Bit of a dangerous place to be when you're trying to pass like that. Excuse me, turn 4. Just catching up the cameras now, guys. Looks like the victor on that will be the 02 of Mitchell Reeves, who gets ahead of the 17 of Gary Sexton. Gary's a little bit off the pace right now. Not exactly sure what's going on with that truck. He'll hit that bottom line, squiggle a little bit, and allow the 35 to get to the outside of him, which is Dylan C. Jones.
Yeah, I think the 81 of Shane Parrish and the 17 of Gary Sexton got together there that last corner, that last lap. And unfortunately, Gary Sexton probably got the worst end of that.
Gaggle of cars is DW is saved back to turn 1 and be led by the 24 of Eric Stanford, who's in the 4th position. Behind him be the 55 of Ryan A. Hill, who is up front and actually won a lap down due to a speeding penalty on pit road. Able to get that cleared, got the lucky dog, and of course right now being in the top 6, I will call it. Head of him being the Donald Stewart, machine 78. He started 26 with no time actually being drawn. Behind him, Ryan A. Hill, and of course, Donald Stewart now back behind him, the 11 of Will Davis in that Viagra machine. Very nice looking truck this evening. Right now, over 3 seconds behind the leader. Mr. McFarland back on the track. Looks like he come out of turn 4 there, kind of climbing his way up onto the racing service around the area of the first place man of Gerald Campbell. Gerald Campbell just passes the damaged 12 machine. Look at the number William Roberts Jr. Looks like an old Interstate Batteries paint scheme on that number 12. Of course, he's a little bit slow with all that damage. A lot of guys going to get around him here down the back chute. He'll drop down to the apron. Allow these guys get by. Looks like he's almost headed to the pits to get some more damage done, guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of these trucks have got damage, including the number 97 Sharpie truck. And that's exactly what happens here at Darlington Raceway. The lady in black. The track too tough to tame. Only a handful of trucks will come out of here, Ray, with 0 damage, and I'm guessing no more than 5 or 6 out of the 31 or 32 trucks that started the race.
Very good possibility of that, Robert. Now, right now, looking at the 55 of Ryan Hill, he made a move on the 24 of Eric Stanford last lap. That'll put Stanford back to the 5th place position. He'll be challenged right now by the 11 of William Davis. Davis to the inside at the stripe, going low, trying to get him in turn one. It looks like Stanford's going to let him go. Dan Stanford into the wall, a little bit hard. They'll take together back up and allow the 78 of Dallas Stewart and the 35 of Dylan C. Jones together. Oh, Jones gets in the back of the 78. The 78 will spin to the inside retaining wall, gathering it back up. A lot of damage to that machine, but no caution. He's out of the groove, no worries about that. He'll still be tapping the wall a couple more times trying to get it straight, but he'll carry on, and unfortunately it looks like that might be the end of Dallas Stewart's run this evening.
Yeah, I tell you what, coming off these corners with these trucks with the wear on the tires there, Ray, the truck definitely wants to get loose in these late afternoon conditions. The track temperature, I'm not sure what it is here tonight, but once you get quite a few laps on these tires, even though these trucks are not as powered as the Cup car or the Xfinity car at Darlington, you still can get loose, and I tell you what, it's exciting to watch.
A little bit of a challenge up here in the front, three guys. The 81 of Shane Parrish right now, he looks to be, actually, just so you know, Robert, that has been cut down quite a lot. It was 1.9 about 5 laps ago. He was behind the leader. Right now it's 1.08. Last time at the stripe. He'll hit lap traffic of Chad Payne, the number 9 machine. He'll get around him pretty easily. Getting up closer ever so slightly. According right now is 91 laps in, 113, I believe, 112 total.
Yeah, 112, so it's winding down quick.
Of course, right now, 20 laps to go at the stripe. Shane Parrish cutting that down almost to half a second on the leader, 0.643. Going back to the third place position of Brian A. Hill. Again, one of the guys that was a lap down, but now back on the lead lap in the top 5 and getting up to the 81 as quick as he possibly can to challenge for the leader. The yellow is out. We'll see what the wreck's all about.
Yeah, give us just a couple of seconds there, fans, and we will get this replay pulled up as soon as possible.
Once the replay comes up here, as you can see right now, it looks like the 35 there of Dylan C. Jones got to that low line. He kind of flirted with disaster, got his wheels below it too far. That would allow the truck to get upset, and he's door slammed the side of the 24 out of turn 2, and also collecting the William Davis machine, the 11. At the same time, the 11 gets hit by the 35 machine of Jones, and it looks like we got an incident behind that. I'm not certain, but that may have been the leader. I can't see that far back, guys.
Yes, sir, Ray, I'm checking right now to see exactly who was involved.
I'm believing it was the other Goodwrench machine there that I couldn't see the number on, Robert. I seen a Goodwrench machine go down, that's why I saw it from one of the camera angles, but we're good. The leader right now, obviously, in pit lane. Everybody knows the tail, trying to get in as much as they can, as quick a time as they can get in their box, get right back out. Got my eye right now on the 81 machine of Shane Parrish as he's in. Right sides up will go up and come back down. He'll have one can of fuel in, second can right now going around the jackman. The airline's up, left side's up, tires on, go down, all 4 fresh rubbers on. The 81 of the, looks to me, Coleman Little Caesars machine.
Yes, sir, Ray. I want to give a quick highlight out to the the Kevin Fetty machine. He's in the number 44. Piedmont Airlines Chevrolet Silverado. This is another incredibly beautiful paint job that Kevin Fetty has tonight in that number 44 Piedmont Airlines. I tell you what, we appreciate all these guys bringing out their best of the throwback paint schemes.
One of the things that kind of screwed me up tonight, I'm so used to running my 44. No complaints here, by the way. It's been a fabulous evening. But Kevin running that 44 machine, it kind of screwed me up. I was looking at the pit boards on the way into the pit to try to find mine, and, well, I almost pulled right into Kevin Fetty's pit until he got there before I did.
Yeah, that can definitely happen. I tell you what, Ray, let us know on the pit stops here who's winning the race off the pit road, who is going to look like it's going to be the leader going back to green here in just a couple laps.
Now, right now, it looks like Gerald Campbell won the race off of pit lane, but it looks like we also may have, those are trucks a lap down. I'm trying to see, they're trying to get their lap back. Of course, that 44 machine of Kevin Fetty looks to be damaged pretty bad, but best he can do is get his lap back here. The 46 machine, looking to see who that is. That'd be Bo Glenn. He also joined by the 43 of Ethan Glenn. I'm not sure if they're related at this point.
Yes, sir. That's a father and son team. Very happy for them to be part of the non-points truck races, and they'll be full-time in 2018. Thank you, Ray.
Very cool. Welcome them aboard the Domino's TYJ family. It's been a great time with these guys. Can't wait to learn around them. They actually gain a couple laps back. Right now, Bo's down 7 laps. Ethan's down 8. But let me see. Kevin Fetty looks to be down 13. So not sure what they're going to try to gain here with that, because there's only a handful of laps to go. Actually, I see what's going on here. I was looking at their laps of 86, but right now the leader's on lap 95. Obviously, that leaves it down under 20 to go. And the restart, being that this is still pacing laps, I'm thinking that there's at least 3 laps before we go green again. With that being said, it looks like we're going to start on lap 97-ish. If that was the case, it'll be 15 laps to go. It'll be a 15-lap shootout here at Darlington, guys.
I tell you what, that's going to make for a great race. And I tell you what, these leaders are going to do everything they can to pull this win out of the hat.
I'm also looking at a few of these trucks as they go down through the field. The number 6, of course, Gerald Campbell leading most all night long. Not one scratch in that machine. Great driving by him. I'm actually including, of course, the Darlington stripe because, of course, when you know Darlington, you know as they're in the Lady in Black, and we've discussed it before. When you go through these turns, it's so tight, and you want to get on the throttle so much, the tires stick out just a hair past the fenders. If not, it'll peel that fender back and make a stripe on the wall, hence the Lady in Black. Of course, Shane Parrish joining up there in the front row. He'll be in the 81 Little Caesars machine. Again, he took 4 tires, watched him out behind Gerald Campbell. The number 2 of Blake Griffith, who's been fighting all the way up from 16th place start. He'll be in the 3rd position. Ryan A. Hill, again, is lapped down, fought back, all the way up to the top 5, right now starting on the outside of the 2nd row. Kyle Kamer, again, all night long, doing his best to take and keep it on the top 10. Pace car will be off. We're watching the 6th to fire and the low pedal. He'll come out of turn 4, still on the banking there. He'll go right now. Got to jump out ahead of the 81 by about 2 truck lengths. He'll go down the start-finish line, and 3, 4, 5 he'll get before everybody gets up to speed. But watch out for that 2 of Blake Griffith. He takes and gets on a low pedal just early enough to get past the 81 of Shane Parrish. Shane on the outside. They'll fall back in the line as they go down the back chute. Caution's out. What happened, guys?
Yes, sir, Ray. I just saw a huge crash right as I was coming to the start-finish line. I was getting back up to speed. Not sure exactly what happened. We'll definitely have to pull the replay up on that to see exactly what happened.
Looking to be on the 17 of Gary Sexton. Looks like Gary hit the start-finish line, took advantage of that, made it 3 wide between the 45 and I'm trying to see the other machine would be the 700 of Mike Donahue. At that point in time, he'll grab the front end of the 45 machine of Sean Kalis, and he will do a complete 90-degree up on that wall. Driver's side scraping the bottom of the asphalt as the wheels touch the inside of the retaining wall. He'll end up on his driver's side. We'll get safety crews out to him and, of course, get his truck back to pit lane as quick as we can here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ray. It looks like are anybody or any of the leaders at this point going to take an opportunity to come back down pit road, Ray? Or do you think everybody is laying in the bed they have chosen?
No, I think right now where they're at is where they're going to start because, first of all, you don't want to give up track position. They just got 1/2 a lap on these tires. It's not even enough to get a cycle even started in them. Now, that's an advantage right now of Blake Griffith because Blake, he got past the 81 to start, had a great restart there, was able to pull about 2 truck lengths in front of the 81, and right now he's in second place, so the catbird seat seems to be Gerald Campbell. If the 2 can take and drive the truck just as hard as he did off the restart before, but again, these guys are allowed to go the minute the pace car pulls off. They don't have to wait for the green flag, and with that being said, it just takes a second to get out there ahead of everybody as we see the 97 of Robert McFarland go to the outside. He'll be the lucky dog this time. Actually, I believe, Robert, can you fill me in on that? Looks like you're 5 laps down at this point.
Yes, sir. I had a little bit of damage earlier. Back about that time that Curtis had to take off for some family commitments. I do appreciate you, Ray, jumping up in the booth. My damage was not too bad, but now it looks like I'll be 4 laps down, and I'm still fighting for a top 15 finish here.
Yeah, you're not doing too bad. Right now it looks to score you in the 14th position. Ahead of you would be the 9 of Chad Payne. Chad's only 2 laps down at this point. You would have to get 2 more lucky dogs in amount of another 12 laps to take and get ahead of them. But still, you got a 14th place finish the way it looks now. As long as you can keep it up there behind you, 1 more lap down, which would be 5 laps down, the 93 of Andrew W. Payne. And looks like you got a good finish coming up. Gary Sexton right now. You got me on the radio, bud. You there?
Yeah, 10-4, Ray. I just finished my race on my lid, so I figured I'd come up here to help you guys out.
Yeah, I saw that. I hope you kept your arms and feet in the upright position and inside the vehicle at all times. I seen you scraping across the asphalt there, but nice try for a 3 wide, but obviously didn't work out quite in your favor. You want to fill us in a little bit on that?
Yeah, the outside lane didn't go. The inside lane had a good run. The guy in front of me had damage. It's trying to time it so I could make that move to get by those guys going in the 1. I don't know if net code got us, or if he came up into me. But I thought I was going straight, and then I was upside down. But fun race. So
yeah, real quick, guys, if you pull up the 99 of Colton Salick, he was a top finisher in a lot of our races. He's out for the night. If you guys can either want to pull him up for a quick interview, we've got 2 to go.
See if I can find him here.
Yeah, Gary, unfortunate for you, you were running good up front there. I know you had some contact earlier.
Yeah, these fun races, they bring out the best and the worst in people. When there's a little bit of money on the line, you get guys trying moves that probably you'd hope they wouldn't try normally in a points race, unless of course it was, for the win with a few laps to go. But I myself made some aggressive moves. I, used some strategy, try to stay out on 2 tires. A couple of the guys weren't happy with that. Got ran into the wall by one of them. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. I look at these races as an opportunity to try the things that you wouldn't normally do and see if it works.
Yes, sir.
We got the 99 of Colton Salick on the radio. They're going on a back chute right now for restart. Colton, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Colton, tell us about your race and how it ended for you.
Oh, God. Well, it started off really well. We had a really fast Tyler Gosine design Chevy tonight. Able to run up front. And then early on, I tried to do the right thing and let my teammate by, and I didn't get on the brakes hard enough, so he ran his corner normally like he should have, and I just wasn't clear yet, so got some damage immediately there. By the time I got it fixed, it was too late. Nobody could hold the brakes once they got wrecked and came right down across my nose. So
Pace car's off. Front loud pedal already. Gerald Campbell down the front chute. He'll get about 3 truck lengths on that, 2 of Blake Griffith. Blake, 55, Ryan Hill, and Shane Parrish right in lounge. Shane going to the low side. Trying that low shot. He makes it past the 55. He'll take over the 3rd spot. While Hill tries to take another move, but will not have the momentum to catch up to the top 3.
Yeah, thanks, Colton. Good night.
Sorry about that, Colton.
Yeah, right. That was quite the move that Shane put on there. It was pretty aggressive, chopping the nose off of the guy. But this is what you got to do to make those passes here at Darlington. This track's real narrow. You got to kind of force your way by people sometimes.
Yeah, right now it's definitely go time, and obviously we tried what we could there, and it looks like the 81 of Shane Parrish may have used that up a little bit. He's got Hill right on his bumper, trying to challenge him for that 3rd place spot. They've got under 10 laps to go at this point. With 112, 103 right now, they'll be on 104 as they hit the stripe. Top 4 right now, not necessarily pulling away. There was a challenger for the 3rd place, but obviously it looked like Shane found a little bit of speed there. Blake a little bit up towards the wall, almost gets himself a stripe, but still pulls it back off. He'll try to get to the 6 of Gerald Campbell as quick as he possibly can.
Yeah, we got a bit of a dust up in the back here around 5th place. It looks like Mitchell Reeves went to make a move and kind of wadded everybody up there. And that was close, but these guys are professionals. They got it saved, and still green.
A couple guys into the wall there. It looks like one of them will be at 35, Dylan C. Jones. He'll lose about 5 spots back. Dylan Jones, the first truck 1 lap down, but again allowing the 42 of David Wright to get around him, and the 27, who we haven't talked about all night. I believe the 27 will be a couple laps down as well.
Yeah, back up front, Ryan Hill's looking to take advantage of Shane, who looks to be used up his tires. He's trying to make a run on him here off of 4 down the front stretch, but he's not quite going to be able to do it. He's going to lose the momentum trying to make that bottom lane work.
7 laps to go, lap 106. They're doing their best because it is beyond go time. To win this race right now, looks like Gerald Campbell may have $20 in his pocket of his own money, actually. He's the one sponsoring the race tonight, and anybody who wins the race with a throwback scheme gets $20 for that reason. But Shane Parrish on the bumper. He'll tag Blake, put him up into the wall. Blake will actually, unfortunately, get shuffled back to 4th place. A lot of room to keep it there. But it takes Shane Parrish into the 2nd spot right now, trying to chase down Gerald Campbell.
Yeah, the old bump and run. Shane gave him the chrome horn. These guys aren't going to be happy with each other after the race, but Shane setting his sights on Gerald Campbell as he is starting to close the gap a little bit. I think Gerald might be trying to save some of his stuff with only 4.5 laps to go. I think that's probably the smart thing to do.
Right now at turn 4.912 last time at the stripe. It goes down. No, goes up to .964. Right now, Parrish does not have the momentum to catch first place. All Gerald has to do is hang on for the ride and hope there's no caution. Of course, right now, under 5 laps to go, if a caution was to come out, where you see them is where they'll finish. Ryan Hill right now, best he can do is 2nd place spot. It looks like he's gaining on that right now with the 81 of Shane Parrish kind of slowing down.
Yeah, he's starting to back up. He's been driving that truck pretty hard these past 20 laps, so I don't see him having much tires left under him. And I think for Jared Campbell, that's a good thing. But he's about to get eaten up here by Ryan Hill.
Yeah, Hill right now has been saving his place all night long. Got those tires enough to make it to the end without a problem, and he is inching ever so slightly towards the 81 of Parrish. Looks like lap 109, 110 at the stripe. That'll make it 3 to go at this point in time. Hill gets a run off of turn 4. He'll jump it low. He's to the left for a corner. Drag straight down the front stretch. Getting to turn 1. If he can clear the 81, no, they'll touch the 81 into the wall. Sparks the flying. He'll go back to the third place spot.
Yeah, like we said earlier, we saw Shane make that move on to get up into his position. Now looks like Ryan Hill had to do the same thing. There's not much room going in the one with these tires worn out. These cars are going to slide off the bottom. If there's not give and take by both of these guys, that's exactly what's going to happen. And with 2 laps to go, not much give and take.
Hill just about tapped the wall out of 4, but again, 0.90 behind the leader, which means just under a second back. Usually about each tenth is about each position. So we'll talk 9 positions back right now to the second place. Shane Parrish falls all the way back into 2.867 behind the leader, and of course Kyle Kamer now in the top 5. He's in the 4th place spot. Blake Griffith, who started on your outside of your front row on that last restart, all the way back to the 5th place position. There won't be enough time to catch the 6 of Gerald Campbell. It'll be white flag to go right now. All he has to do is keep that truck nice and calm. Make sure he doesn't overdrive it. He's got the win. It looks like that's going to be the case going down the back chute.
Yeah, Ryan Hill smashed the wall coming out of 4 that last time by, so Gerald Campbell's got it all but sealed up.
Campbell comes off of 4. He'll take the low line. First time I've seen him that all night. He'll come across the stripe. Gerald Campbell in the good wrench number 6. He'll win tonight's Darlington Speedway race.
Yeah, Ryan Hill's going to check in 2nd place with Shane Parrish coming in 3rd. Those guys battled hard there in the last closing laps. Looks like coming in 4th is going to be Kyle Kamer. He kind of was a sleeper all night from my vantage point out there on the track. I was kind of riding around him a little bit in the back, so it's good to see him up to 4th. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Blake Griffin.
We're not going down the entire field just as of yet, but Sean Kalis in the 6th place. David Washington, who was actually quite a ways back to the end of the field, he got a speeding road penalty early, ends up 7th this evening.
Yeah, appreciate that, guys. I tell you what, I'm going to park this truck, and we'll get the top 3 finishers up top. And we'll be happy to do those interviews real quick here in a few minutes. And we'll let everybody know who won that free large Domino's pizza.
Give us a couple minutes, folks. We're getting everybody parked here. We'll get the radios all set, the belts off, the helmets off, and we will take and interview our top 3 this evening. Of course, it's been an exciting race. Most of us have been back in the middle of the pack, but the last 10 laps did not disappoint. Of course, with Shane Parrish, we'll go through the top finishing order right now. If you don't mind, we'll do the 10. Leave the 11th on down. I'll finish off the rest, Gary. Right now, finishing in your 1st place position, Joe Campbell in the number 6 machine. The 55 of Ryan A. Hill in the 2nd place, and the 81 of Shane Parrish will finish 3rd this evening. Number 8 of Kyle Kamer in 4th place. Blake Griffith right now in your top 5. He'll be the 5th place position. 45 of Sean Kalis will be 6th. The 98 of David Washington in 7th. The 42 of David Wright in 8th. All the top 3 right there from 6th down to 8th did not take a time and started in the back of the field. Number 9 position will be the 02 of Mitchell Reeves, and rounding out your top 10, the first car lap down, the 700 of Mike Donahue.
Yeah, coming in 11th place is going to be Chad Payne. Dylan C. Jones is going to come in 12th, 4 laps down. This is where we get into the guys. Robert McFarland, 13th place finish tonight. Good finish for Robert. He's going to finish in 13th. Bo Glenn's going to come in 14th. Kevin Fetty, 15th. Myself, Gary Sexton's going to come in 16th. 17th is going to be Ethan Glenn. 18th is going to be Andrew Payne. Eric Stanford's going to come in 19th, and rounding out your top 20 is William Davis.
The rest of your field right now from 21st on down to 34. 21st, 78 of Donald Stewart. Myself in the 34 oddball machine this night of Ray Richard. 24th will be William Roberts Jr. 25th, William Lockyer. 26th, Colton Salick in the 99. 27th, Vern Mark M in the 33. The 28th position, Ivan Garcia. 29th will be Giovanni Vermonte. Josh Bonwell in the 30th place. Ashton Crowder in the 31st. 32nd, Jeff T. Martin, Joe Johnson, and Wesley Whitfield round out your 34 truck field. Now let's go to the top 3 and get ourselves some interviews.
Right now, excuse me, guys, we have got, just a second, our 3rd place finisher. We're going to talk to real quick, Ray, if you don't mind. take it away with Shane Pearson at number 81. Ask him a little bit about his throwback paint as well.
Shane, good evening. Ray Richard here in the booth. Great run this evening. Started out in 24th all the way up to 3rd place. Tell us how you did it, bud.
Oh, just saved the tires. Just trying to drive a smart race. Had a lot of help from my team Aegis, David Wishing, my crew chief this week. Practicing here, this is absolutely my worst track that I ever ran. So coming out with a top 3 was great. Just had a great time tonight, and a lot of aggressive driving by a lot of drivers. People getting together in the corners, and some wrecks going on. But that's kind of racing. We were just all racing for position and having fun and running hard.
I got to say right now, first of all, you said it was the toughest track you ever run. This is definitely too tough to tame. I highly agree with you. The trucks were real tight tonight. With that all being said, those last couple laps, I seen you got into Blake Griffith running hard. Of course, the tires kind of took a toll on everybody this evening, and unfortunately, same thing happened with you and Hill. Tell us a little bit about your paint scheme there that you got on this evening.
Well, the paint scheme is just one that I liked way back when that was ran. It's a little bit of fun. Of course, a lot of the store stuff aren't around, but just had a good time tonight. Enjoying it. Can't really say any much more about my team, Aegis, and David and all the guys that have helped me out here. John Androdi drove this car back a long time ago. Just kind of like the colors of the paint scheme. Just fun to run.
All right, I heard you thank your team. Is there anybody else you want to thank this evening?
I want to thank all the fans and all the other drivers that are here. The fans come in here, they watch us, and do what they need to do what they do, and that's awesome. All the other drivers that come here and make it fun and challenging, it's just a great time.
Shane Parrish, 81, truck this evening, throwback scheme at Little Caesars and Kmart. Started 24th, will finish in 3rd place this evening.
Sorry about that, guys. Yes, thank you so much there for that interview, Gary. I think you've got hold of our 2nd place finisher, Ryan Hill. Take it away.
Yes, we're down here in 2nd place. We got Ryan Hill. Tell us about your night tonight. It was pretty rough out there. I was in it for most of it until I got put on my lid. I think the story of the night is aggressive driving. We saw you make a pretty big move on Shane there with a few laps to go to get up in the 2nd, and I feel like that's what you had to do. But let me know.
Well, start on pole. This old 55 Michael Waltrip 2001 paint scheme. Mikey's a great guy. Actually, one of the few drivers I've met that will give his shirt off his back for you. Really like Mikey and all that. But yeah, we started on pole. Unfortunately, we had a black flag because, iRacing and pace cars. Had to go to the back of the pack. They were trying to wreck back there for like 20th place multiple times throughout the night. We worked our way back up to the front, sort of. Then we started racing. Then I guess when I got back up to the front, all give and take just kind of went out the window. Because there was one driver who took 2 tires, not blaming him, but I did not appreciate being run into the bottom. But then again, I got hit by the 81 too while I was on the inside of you, Gary. So it's not really your fault either. So it's all what it is. And then I saw what he did to Blake, and me and Blake were kind of working together all night, and 81 hit me while I tried to pass you on the inside off turn 2. He threatened to turn me multiple times because I was trying to avoid people in front of me, and I don't think, and he hit me multiple times too. So I did what I had to do to get 2nd place. Then I tried to catch Gerald, but there's no time left.
Yeah, 10-4, Ryan. Me staying out on 2 tires, like I was saying earlier, these are the races you try those things in, see if they're going to work, and we only had about 10 laps on the left, so figured I'd give it a go. There's only 30 laps to go when that happened. So yeah, I saw when you got pitched down there on the backstretch. I was actually trying to give you space, but Shane was there breathing down my neck, and I saw him start to turn it down too, and kind of pushed it to the bottom. But
he actually hit me. Like I hit the apron, and he hit me at the same time. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But overall, hey, you came out 2nd place. It's good to see. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for that 2nd place finish?
Well, I'd like to thank the 2nd place gods because Robert would put it best. I probably had the most 2nd places of any driver he's probably ever met. So that's a plus. Obviously, Robert again for putting on the Domino CYJS races and allowing us Cup drivers to come race with the truck drivers. It is fun, even though a lot of adversity comes up and a lot of smack talk, I guess you could say. It is a lot of fun. I do appreciate everything he does and everybody that's up in the All-Pro broadcasting, and Michael D'Amico for the great broadcast. And everybody was in the race tonight, and obviously, Michael Waltrip for his 2001 paint scheme. And, Go to DeMar, go to Iowa. Gonna be fun. Not sure about that. See what we can do there.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. Well, congratulations on your second place finish.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate that so much there, Gary. We have got now the winner of the race. I think it's unbelievable, but Gary and Ray have both made their way all the way down to Victory Circle. They have got hold of not only the winner of the race tonight, but the sponsor, Gerald Campbell. He gets to keep his own $20. That almost never happens. I tell you what, it's a great show. He had a great sponsor on his truck, Throwback Scheme. The idea of the throwback races here at Darlington and at Rockingham. And stay tuned, fans. I think we have one more Rockingham truck race coming up here at the end of the year. You do not want to miss it. You guys take it away with the winner of the race.
Down here, Victory Lane, Gerald Campbell, number 6, Good Wrench throwback theme. Boy, you did a hell of a job tonight. The only thing I got a question on is where did the damage on the right front come from? I just happened to see that over there.
You know, there's complications. I had a whole bunch of smoke in the car from a little bit of over-exaggerating of celebration, and I didn't see the wall. The first time in the race, I hit the wall, and I didn't see it because of the smoke, so I hope I am forgiven on that.
Yeah, smoke make things a little bit difficult. Gary, let me tell you, go over and pat this guy in the back, would you?
Yeah, that was a hell of a run, Gerald. I know I've sponsored a few of these races. It's, you know, you want to go out there and win them because you're sponsoring them, and you did it, man. That's awesome.
Well, this means a lot, to be honest with you. When I came into this race, I didn't sponsor a race because I thought I was going to win the race. I had no idea I was going to be in the situation I was. I came into the race knowing that I was not quickest. I was 14th in qualifying, but I viewed this as a Michigan race. These trucks are just so aerodynamic. You're full throttle and most of the whole track, and I viewed it as Michigan. If you get even a scratch on it, you just lose time. And I knew I wasn't the fastest car. I didn't go into the race thinking I was going to be the fastest car. I went in there thinking I've got to have the fastest car at the end. And just so happened, I kept it clean. My mind I got a headache from concentrating on not hitting that wall, and it just all worked out well. And this paint scheme means a lot to me because it has a lot of significance to me.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you did a great job keeping it up front. I think it was just more consistency than anything because the guys behind you were battling for quite a while to try to get up there during those last 10 laps. And, well, I mean, I'd like you to take it through the last 10 laps, but all you did was just clear out your windshield with a couple lap guys. Just a fantastic job this evening, bud. A little pat in the back for me, too.
Well, I got to be honest with you, I wasn't looking out the windshield. I was watching that battle with you guys. I was making sure that I could view them because it was a little scary for me because I knew the 55 was fast. He was fast all day. He got caught on pit road, and I knew if he was going to be up there. And just like whenever we were battling to try to get around Gary, if one of us got around him, it was smooth sailing from there on out. So it was very hard battling, but it was for the most part it was clean. I left here with not making any enemies and with a win. And just so you know, I did not know I was going to win this for the mere fact that I promised my fiance I would give her a back rub if I won the race.
Wow.
So now I have to go give a back rub after this race, and well, I'll enjoy it because I'll be doing it with a smile on my face.
Well, now you can give her $20 that you won yourself to go out and get her something nice.
Oh man, she's gonna make me spend more than $20.
Yeah, real quick, Gerald. Not only do you get a chance to give her a free back rub and at least a $20 gift because you won your own $20, but ironic as it is, this is real live. Facts of the matter. I've checked all the information on the live chat. I've checked every single text I got tonight. And yes, sometimes I can multitask. Nobody believes it, but your fiance, Erica, and let me know if I mispronounce this last name. Estep, is that right?
Yep, that's correct for the time being.
Right now. Pizza too.
Yeah, for the time being, she also was the first person to pick Gerald Campbell as the winner. Back at like 5 minutes after 9, I looked through everything, and actually, I hate to say it, but you got a good one right there because she's the only person that picked you. But she picked you early, she picks you often, and hopefully she rubs your back a little bit too. So she is the winner, and you'll get to enjoy that free pizza as well. So she's got a lot to be thankful for. And I tell you what, Gerald, we love you sponsoring these races. I tell you what, give some of us other guys a chance to jump in here and go around the track a few times. But this is more about Throwback Wednesday and the Clash in the Past 150. I tell you what, the name is awesome. I just realized in my research today that at Darlington, one of the Xfinity races last year, I think, was called the Clash in the Past or something along those lines. And they honor a lot of the drivers from the 70s and 80s. So putting on a race like this and this whole idea is awesome. I hope we can carry it forward to 2018. Congratulations, Gerald.
Well, I appreciate that. Real quick, I just wanted to mention the significance of this race car. This paint scheme, my first race car my parents bought me was a Bandolero. It was made and painted by the number 6 team in the truck series of Kevin Harvick, and it was painted this exact colors. So not only was I able to get a throwback paint scheme, but it was a kind of a throwback paint scheme for myself from when I began racing when I was younger in Bandoleros. So this just tops everything. It's just a really, really exciting race, really amazing finish that I had no idea I was going to be a part of, but I'm very happy to be here at the end, and I know I'm going to be a part of this series for a lot longer because I got to say from even the beginning of the race, I enjoy this.
Hey, I appreciate it, Gerald. I tell you what, I said this earlier in the race, this does not happen, Domino's TYJ Racing, without some high-quality people. We appreciate the fans. She's going to win the pizza, but we really appreciate the high-quality people that step up to make this happen. We got a whole slew of people, and this is no order. We got Kevin Fetty does our website, does a great job. He was tonight in the Piedmont Airlines 44. We got Gary Sexton jumped up here to help us out in the booth. Curtis Young every single week. He got promoted out of trucks after winning the championship. We got Ray Richer every time he can. He helps out. He's always in the series. We got all kind of other admins not even here because they're on the road traveling from different places. Judd Danielson, appreciate all his work. Appreciate Chad Payne. He was in the Office HQ truck tonight. Had a pretty good finish. He actually beat me. That was one of my goals, was to beat Chad. We go back a long time, so congrats to Chad in that Office HQ truck. We never can thank Michael D'Amico with All Pro Broadcasting enough for what he does. I tell you what, he works a long, hard day in his day job, and he puts a great show on here at Domino's TYJ Racing. We're very thankful for him. I've let some guys out. I don't mean to. Any other thoughts, last thoughts real quick, Ray and Curtis and Gary from this race?
Well, go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think tonight, with the money on the line, aggression was the name of the game. And, you know, aside from Gerald, who kept his nose clean the whole night, looks like the guys who finished up front were the most aggressive. I know Ryan had to work his way up through the field a few times, and Shane was pretty much up there the whole night. But, yeah, it was crazy out there. I'm sure you can attest, Ray. I was running near you for a few laps when it was kind of wadded up and checkups, and it's a tough track. They call it the track too tough to tame for a reason.
I have a question to ponder on. Do you think I'm going to be able to get a slice of pizza before I have to give that back rub?
Probably won't be able to order the pizza until the next 3 days. So you probably have to put the back rub out there, and you better get some oil out, maybe some hand lotion, the nicest stuff you've got there in the house.
This is a family show.
Yeah, it's a family show, but Gerald, you better make sure you go deep into those, what I call angry muscles in the back of Erica, so she will never forget this night. And she'll probably give you all the pizza when it comes in on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday of this weekend.
Well, it sounds like fun. Can't wait.
Yes, sir. Curtis, Ray, got any last comments?
Absolutely. Great job tonight, Gerald. I'll tell you, one killer race. And, of course, I didn't see no damage on your truck till the end. We kind of got that insider. But very, very aggressive track, very, very aggressive drivers. You really had to be patient in this race because it's such a hard race to keep your tires on. Such a hard way to turn the truck, especially with these narrow corners. And, of course, 2 wide here is even pushing it. I even heard a 3 wide at one point in time, and I swear that, well, obviously it doesn't pan out. And, again, I wasn't necessarily talking about your incidents, Gary, but it happened to me earlier in the race. But regardless, great race, great time. Obviously, a lot of mechanics going to earn their pay this week. So, guys, it's been a great night.
Curtis, anything? Curtis might not.
I believe Curtis has still stepped away there, Robert.
Yeah, Curtis still doing family obligations. And again, for Ray Richer, Curtis Young, Gerald Campbell, Gary Sexton, Michael D'Amico, everybody at the Domino's TYJ Racing family and all you fans, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We're going to have another incredible race. This is a week of incredible races. The Top Shelf Cup cars at Iowa. You've never seen this live on TV because they don't do it. But we do it here tonight. tomorrow night, on Domino's TYJ Racing live on All Pro Broadcasting. You do not want to miss at 8:50 p.m. Eastern. You can completely forget about the free pizza. You want to see the show tomorrow night with your popcorn, your kids, your sodas, your water, whatever you're drinking, and you may still want a free pizza. Thanks again, everybody. This is Robert McFarland driving the Kurt Busch 97 Sharpie truck tonight to a decent 13th place finish. And the guys are happy. Everybody will see you tomorrow night. Have a good night.